Well, hello out there, everyone. I'm not exactly sure what all is happening at this particular moment, as I've gone back into using the StreamYard application for this show and all of that. So, pardon me. Welcome to episode 6 of the 72601.live podcast. I'm Jim Bumgardner, and by golly, we're going to have a grand old time tonight. Maybe the best time you've ever had ever. So I am going to do a little sharing here. Let's see what this says. Hey, I need to turn that down though. Okay, cool. So it actually. Okay, so I put my. Oh yeah, Facebook is funny, so I like trying to keep an eye on it when it comes to these things. This is a third-party app, as they call it. So let's see here. I want to share this bad boy to, and I'm going to keep it personal, just to the pages that I have a either direct thing with or that the administrators have given me permission to share. I don't much care to spam unless it's something really big that I need to tell everyone about. So anyway, I hope everyone's had a great day. It's been very interesting to say the least. I'm going to click here so I can keep an eye on your comments. They're supposed to show up here, but I don't know. So anyway, first and foremost, everyone, again, thank you very much for joining me this mighty fine Monday, the first day with the first work day with daylight savings time doing its thing again and disrupting the circadian rhythms and making everything weird for a little while as we readjust. Hopefully, the government makes the decision to get rid of this archaic thing that well, you may not realize they created this once upon a time ago. So it's not like this is a thing that's always been. Not at all. I wonder, well, like I say, I, I know right now I may be looking a little staticky, stuttery to you because it's been interesting on the interwebs today. With I know at home earlier today I was recording the this week's episode 9 of the Newton County Holler with my good pal Tonette Madison, who's the executive director of the Newton County Chamber, and started noting some slow glitching stuffs, and it's like okay, it happens. Not a big deal. But did notice that the bigger platforms were having issues, such specifically as X, aka Twitter, and they were down. Apparently, there was a big cyber attack, according to Elon Musk, that knocked them down a little bit. Don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I do know on the Facebook land that there's all kinds of things going on. My good pal Liz Witt pointed it out in the We Love Harrison page how there are a lot of clones out there as far as cloned accounts of people that you know. And I can tell you, it's hard to distinguish between them all, you know? Um, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I do know I'm not, you will not receive a friend request from me. Okay. I'm making that a point right now because I don't know what's going on. And I'd rather be safe than sorry. Let everything that I'm doing grow organically. And if you come to me, I'll check you out, see if I can. Um, if I know you're legit, then I can add you. But until then, no. Unfortunately, I think it's in everybody's best interest. But you can also come over to the YouTube stream. That seems to be a little bit better right now. I don't know. But we're going to spread the word and do good things because that's my mission in all of this is I embrace my spark as a storyteller and content creator and someone who can help you do the same. And I'm doing it right here where I am with what I have, right? Yep, that's the mantra, man. So go to embracingthespark.com if you need a little boost. But again, this outreach and all the efforts are going towards helping folks in the 72601 life get some exposure because this is where 17 years worth of stories have been accumulated in between these years. And I'm looking, well, I've been sharing them forever, so now I get to share more. And I hope to get to share yours too. So, with that said, I'm going to put this little ticker up, take that one off. See, I like the functionality of StreamYard. It gives me more fun and play. Now, coming up on tonight's show, I'm going to take you on a 1 minute tour of the Boone County Heritage Museum. That was, I'm being kind of funny with it because, again, there is so much to see inside of the Boone County Heritage Museum. And I'm telling you, history is your friend because you can learn a lot from it. And they have the local history here, specifically to Boone County, but then also the surrounding areas have a lot of stuff. And when you look at um, the railroad, you go all the way back there, that railroad, and with the stop being here in Harrison, that was such a huge deal for everything and everyone around here that you could learn so much. So I'd met up with Dale Garner, who I hadn't seen in quite a long while, and that was awesome. Get to catch up with Dale, and I'd actually went out there to talk to him about a segment for the Newton County Holler that we aired today, and I'm gonna play that for you here in a minute. About the barn out in Hasty, Arkansas, which is a beautiful, I mean, beautiful Airbnb location that you can rent out there. And wow, it's absolutely gorgeous. The outside would totally, totally psych you out because it still looks like an old barn, which the reason I talked to Dale Garner is because he and his father built that way back in 1955. So I'm like, wow, that's just really awesome. So touch base with him, and then let's see what else are we going to do here. We're going to talk about what's coming up this week, which I'll do this so the machine can tell you too. Is that now tomorrow night? The plan is we're going to start our 72601.life series on the Arkansas Learns program. Now it's a program provided by the state to homeschool students and parents, to where you can get more extracurricular activities. And again, it's like an awesome program to where now you got to go through. There's a couple things that we'll talk about that are requirements for homeschool students to do to qualify for those funds and resources. But frankly, it's a good thing because again, we're all paying school taxes no matter who and where you are. And if you're a homeschool parent, well, it's kind of nice to see those school taxes coming back into your home. You know what I'm saying? And there are some vendors here in town that we will be putting the spotlight on. The first one tomorrow is going to be with Harrison Krav Maga, the Two Crows Dojo, with Missy and Larry Weeks. And they were one of the first ones to hop on as a vendor. I got a chance to see the kids in action who are participating, talk to some parents, learned about how it was, the experience was for them. And that was awesome. In that process, I learned about two other locations and plan on bringing their stories to you too, as far as what they do and how they do and what's all offered that you yourself, everybody, the general public can participate in if you didn't know they were there. And then also homeschool students where you can utilize those learns funds to be able to participate at no out of pocket cost. Pretty cool, huh? So that's George Guitars, located in between the Willow Uptown Bistro and the former Hutch's Hot Chicken location there on 65 north or south. Well, I guess that'd be 65. I don't know. It's 65 as if you're heading out of town. How about that? I guess you call that 65 north. But if you're going the other direction, you're going 65 south. I've always gotten confused on those type of things. It's all relative, right? So anyway, then the other one I learned about was New Wave Dance Studio. I can't tell you very much about them, but Leslie Wright with George Guitars clued me in that they are part of it as well. So we're going to learn more about them as we go, because the main reason I'm doing this series is that not a whole lot of people know about the Arkansas Learns program, and also not a lot of vendors know that they could qualify to offer their services and those funds be applied for their fees. So it's a big win in my book. So we're going to be exploring that. And then also, what else is coming up this week? Kind of, sort of, for sure, is going to be Thursday. I hope to bring you a recap from Wednesday morning's city get together breakfast thing talking about what all the plans are for downtown Harrison. So I'm looking forward to seeing what all they're going to say. 7:30 is the meeting time at Creekside. Do I know when I RSVP'd the invite, it was by way of the Harrison Chamber of Commerce. So I don't know exactly who's hosting what, but I know the city's doing it, and the chamber is taking care of the reservations and such. So that's Wednesday morning, 7:30 a.m. If you're interested, I would suggest reaching out to either Amy Deer at the chamber or Matt Bell at the CVB, or give a call to the mayor, Jerry Jackson, over at City Hall to learn more. But it's all about informing people. I saw earlier, I do believe there was a stream out that there was a meeting going on in the city council chambers right now. I don't know, or just earlier. Either way, that's happening. So that's what we're going to be looking at and talking about all this stuff. And then also, I don't want to get the full name wrong, and I didn't put it on my notes properly. But there is a group of local folks doing some big time weather prognosticating here locally. And I think that's awesome. And we're going to meet up tomorrow. And I'm going to visit the studios, learn more about what they do, and see how well we can work together on helping everyone here in the 72601 and around the region stay up to date on the latest weather information. And they're getting geared up. When we had our conversation earlier, it was great. It really was. I'm like, this is pretty cool. So, um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that conversation tomorrow, and I'll bring you an update on that. Well, tomorrow night, right? Right. Now then, before we go, well, actually, I guess we are going as far as we can possibly go at this point. So I want to go ahead and change this out because it's so important for you to like, comment, share, follow, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, tell anybody you want because talk talk good about me, talk bad about me, just talk about me. Now, what I like to do, again, I got the opportunity to go back over to the Boone County Heritage Museum for like from way way too long since I'd been there. I don't think I'd actually been there since my pal Tana at Madison was the executive director there, but now she's moved on to the Newton County Chamber of Commerce. And now Troy Massey is I would presume, or the chairman of the board or something along those lines. Anyway. So Troy's in charge, and Dale Garner is a volunteer there doing a lot of great stuff and making the place look awesome. And I'm going to take you on a 60-second tour, which is it's laughable considering how much is in there. I actually, when I was cutting this little montage together, I was like, wow, because I had like 24 minutes of raw, very short clip stuff. 24 minutes with the raw, very short clip stuff and conversations with Dale. I'm going to bring that to you later on as we go. But right now, let's just get a little vertigo. How about that with a 1 minute tour of the Boone County Heritage Museum? Something disappeared there. I don't know what happened. But anyway, welcome back to the studio portion of this whole thing. Right, right. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. And actually, there's so very much to see. And some of the new things that really caught my eye, if you notice that blue couch there, that was actually once the personal property of Mr. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister during the Great One World War II. And I found that fascinating. It had been donated to the museum by Steve Turner. And wow. Talk about a piece of history sitting right here at home. I just found that so neat. But I do plan on and hope to continue to do more deep dives in with the Boone County Heritage Museum once I get the opportunity to meet with Troy because, again, I absolutely love the place and I think more and more people need to participate in just going by and checking it out. I mean, it's fantastic. It really, truly is. Okay, now again, as I said, though, the reason that I went out there to meet up with Dale was for another purpose. It's for a show I am co-hosting with my great pal Tonette Madison, who's the executive director of the Newton County Chamber of Commerce, and she is doing some fantastic outreaches. And I'm not saying that because I'm involved. Maybe I am, but she's really working really hard. You can go to newtoncountychamber.com and check out the website. She's done a lot of revamps. She recently put up a lot of archive material as well as her Monday Minute newsletter is awesome as it brings you so much information on a weekly basis, 7 a.m. Monday mornings, to get the word out about what all's happening in and around Newton County. Fantastic stuff. But I met up with Dale to talk to him about a particular location called The Barn. Now, The Barn is owned by Jasper Getaways, which is Chris Burris, who also has Burris Construction, and full disclosure, a sponsor of the Newton County Holler now. So, again, a shout out on this end, too, is very much appreciated to see folks support growth in local entertainment, information, and communication. And so, Chris, thank you again. And this is, like I say, this is not sponsored here. This is just me showing a little bit of appreciation. But I had met up with Dale to talk about the barn because it was he and his father way back in 1955 who drove the first nail after, of course, building the foundation. But I'll let Dale tell you all about that.
At the beginning of the barn was we moved to that area in well, it was in 1949, and my dad built the house there, and so a few years later, and I believe it was about I was in junior high. It was about probably 1955, somewhere in that neighborhood, that we started building a barn, and just had an idea, put it all together, and I helped as much as I could at that time. I carried blocks. We built a cobblestone foundation for the barn, and just over a period of time, when had time to do it, we worked on the barn. Finally got one done.
What's one of your fondest memories of the barn?
With my friends, we would go down from the barn down on the hillsides and squirrel hunt, explore caves, crevices in the ground, and just hang out on the hillsides. Lots of memories, lots of friends, and still have friends that live there, and still visit with all of them. So I'd like to visit. I'd like to go back and visit more.
And it was a great conversation I had with Dale Garner when we met up at the Boone County Heritage Museum to talk about the barn located out in Hasty, Arkansas, and that is a part of the Newton County Holler weekly podcast made possible by the Newton County Chamber of Commerce and Burris Construction and Jasper Getaways. Again, shout out to those folks for supporting local content and doing good things with us. We appreciate that a lot. So, with that said, this is kind of like a quick thing because as you see or can see, like with this little bug thingy up, or let me point. Oh, my finger disappeared. It got blurred away. But anyway, the 72601.live podcast is going through StreamYard, which is a fantastic online platform that you can use for this type of thing. And I'll be creating some stuff to help you learn how to do it too. We'll talk about that more later. But I want to wrap up for the night because, again, my circadian rhythm is all kinds of out of whack and wonky thanks to this daylight savings time, which doesn't. Yeah, I said it. Senator Bozeman, Cotton, pay attention. Make some changes. Appreciate it. Anyway, but tomorrow night, like I said, we're going to Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. Our plan is to dive into the start of our series of the Arkansas Learns program, where we visit with the instructors and students of Harrison Krav Maga, the Two Crow Dojo, to learn how their services and programs are available at no cost to the homeschool students who participate in the Arkansas Learns program. So, again, like, comment, share, pester, spam, whatever. More importantly than anything, though, is follow the Facebook page, follow the YouTube page, get the notifications, because all that stuff helps us grow. Because, again, this ain't about me, this is about we, and we are all working together to show how the 72601 Life is it's a good place to be all around this sewn together community. Talk to you guys tomorrow.